I have a winner mentality, being able to go and practice and want to win every drill, want to do everything at perfection. I'm kind of perfectionist, so.
Let's be real. The idea that Reese can outplay, or even outshine, Caitlin Clark isn't ambition. It's delusion. Outscoring Clark? Building a fan base like hers? Shattering records at the same pace? Not happening. That's not strategy. It's pure fantasy. Here's the truth. You don't scheme against greatness. You respect it. And for Angel Reese, that untouchable standard has a name, Caitlin Clark.
Let me ask y'all this question. Who the hell is Angel Reese?
Angel Reese isn't even in the same league. Caitlin Clark is a generational force. Let's be clear, Clark is a once-in-a-century talent. Reese? She's not even in the conversation, but somehow, Reese believes she can replace her? That's not ambition. That's pure delusion.
You look at Angel Reese, stop it. She just seems as uncoordinated as a baby giraffe.
If Reese had even half the talent she pretends to, she wouldn't have wasted the year, bullying Clark instead of balling out, throwing shade instead of sharpening her game, chasing clout instead of championships. But here's what she did prove. She can't stand in Clark's spotlight, let alone steal it. The legacy speaks for itself. And Reese? She's just screaming into the void.
You made some comments about Angel Reese. You called her garbage compared to Caitlin Clark.
Yes. Sometimes we do play the race card too much, or when it's not necessary.
Let's cut through the nonsense. Reese's entire brand since 2023 has been one long, pathetic clout chase. That NCAA title? A fluke spotlight she's been milking like a Lifetime Achievement Award. But here's what actually happened. Clark dominated the narrative with generational talent while Reese celebrated like she'd won a war for one game. Reese's legacy from that night? A cringe-worthy "you can't see me" taunt. The hallmark of someone who mistakes a moment for a movement. The real kicker? That game made Clark and exposed Reese as a footnote who peaked in college.
It's a forward. But the reason why it's a rival is not because of basketball. It's because Angel Reese is willing to chirp and talk that trash and then go on the court and back it up. And you know what it's got us doing? Watching Angel Reese.
Let's address Angel Reese's dominance in her rookie WNBA season. She averaged 13.6 points per game. Respectable, sure, if we were grading on a curve. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark didn't just outperform her. She redefined rookie expectations, leading the class with 19.2 points per game. That 6-point gap? In the WNBA, that's the difference between promising talent and undeniable stardom. Reese may have potential, but Clark isn't just playing the game, she's rewriting it. If Reese wants to compete at this level, she'd better start taking notes, because Clark isn't just setting the bar, she's already clearing it.
This ain't racial. This is about sports. This is about athletic ability. You look at Caitlin Clark's game, who's very reminiscent of a Steph Curry based on her range and shooting the three.
And let's talk about assists, because the gap here is downright embarrassing. Caitlin Clark didn't just lead rookies in assists, she lapped them, dropping 8.4 dimes per game like a floor general running a clinic. Angel Reese? A measly 1.9 assists per game. 1.9. At that point, you've got to wonder, does Reese even know passing is an option? Or is she too busy forcing up shots to notice her teammates? Now, about rebounds. Fine, let's toss Reese a crumb. She set a rookie record with 446 total boards, 13.1 per game. Respectable? Sure. Legacy defining? Hardly. Rebounding is the blue-collar hustle of basketball. Essential, but not transcendent. Meanwhile, Clark, the one actually running the offense and dropping 19 a night, still grabbed 5.7 rebounds per game. That's the difference between a role player and a franchise cornerstone. Reese can crash the glass all she wants, but Clark? She's rewriting the game. And Reese? She's still taking notes.
Than Caitlin's. If we're able to stop tying them together, I think way more people will appreciate the things that Angel does well, as opposed to defending the greatness that is Caitlin Clark and what she does well.
Let's settle this accolades debate, because trophies don't lie. Caitlin Clark didn't just win Rookie of the Year, she stole the crown in a heist, leaving judges no choice but to hand it over. And Reese? A finalist, which is the WNBA's way of saying, cute effort. Now watch the throne. But wait, it gets worse. When the all-WNBA teams dropped, Clark strolled onto the first team like she owned the spot. Reese? Ghosted. Not first team, not second team, not even a pity nod in the also receiving votes fine print. That's like buying front-row concert tickets just to realize you're not even on the guest list. Yet somehow, Reese still chirps about surpassing Clark? Darling, you don't surpass a comet by jumping. Clark isn't just ahead, she's redefining the sport while Reese is still Googling how to run a pick and roll. Let's be clear, Clark's game? Surgical. A maestro's blend of 30-foot bombs, needle thread passes, and cold-blooded leadership. Reese's game? A one-trick pony with a rebounding stat pad and a highlight reel full of putbacks. Point one is carving her name into basketball history. The other? Too busy chasing clout to notice she's being left behind. The verdict's in. Clark isn't just winning, she's already moved on to the next era. Reese? She's still stuck in the tutorial.
I know the work I put in coming into this league. So many people doubted me and didn't think my game would translate. And
let's kill this rivalry narrative once and for all. Comparing Clark versus Reese to Magic versus Bird isn't just wrong, it's basketball blasphemy. Caitlin Clark isn't just breaking records, she's redrawing the map of women's hoops. Reese? She's the uninvited hype act who mistakes attention for achievement. This isn't a rivalry. It's a masterclass versus a marketing ploy. The media gap says it all. Clark, Times 2024 Athlete of the Year, an honor for game changers, not chatter. Reese, social media's flavor of the week, serving hot takes over hot streaks. Clark's legacy? Built on 30-foot daggers and ice in her veins. Leadership. Reese's brand? Rebound stats and thirst traps. Here's the truth. History remembers pioneers, not influencers. Reese wants to be Clark's rival? First, she'd need to be in her league. Right now? She's not even in the same library. Clark's writing her name in the record books. Reese? She's too busy chasing algorithm clout. The WNBA doesn't crown viral moments. It crowns winners. And right now, only one of them fits the description.
But that's where I want to go with this. This is the biggest thing we have to applaud about Angel Reese. She goes out in the midst of all of this pub and notoriety being thrown in the direction of a Caitlin Clark. And everybody is talking about, yeah, but it's Caitlin Clark and everybody else. Well, Angel Reese like, nah, it ain't Caitlin Clark and everybody else. It's me too. And then showed up on national television, showed up last night and down 15, having already lost 2 games to Caitlin Clark.
Angel Reese recently signed a shoe deal with Reebok, hailed as groundbreaking. But let's be real, it's with a brand that's been fading in basketball relevance. This partnership isn't about her dominance on the court, it's about controversy driving clicks. She's marketable, sure, but for the wrong reasons. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is securing elite sponsorships, Nike, Gatorade, State Farm. The kind of deals reserved for true game changers, not social media lightning rods. Her appeal isn't manufactured drama. It's built on undeniable talent, leadership, and her trailblazing impact on women's basketball. The rivalry? One-sided noise. Reese keeps fueling the so-called rivalry with bold claims about dethroning Clark. But here's the truth. Declaring yourself the next queen doesn't make it so. It just reeks of desperation. Clark? She doesn't waste time talking. She proves it. Game after game. Record after record. While Reese chases viral moments, Clark's performances silence debates before they even start. Because in sports, legacy isn't built on hashtags. It's built on excellence. And right now, Reese's game is on mute while Clark's echoes across the entire sports world.
But then the second assistant stepped up and threw it back in her face. Now you got half the basketball world saying, well, you know what? That's not the classiest thing to do. Yeah. That's not the way.
It was the exact same thing.
It was the exact same thing. Now you can make an argument that if they're doing excessive celebration in her face.
Caitlin Clark isn't just rising, she's redefining the game. With the Indiana Fever, the question isn't if she'll dominate, but how far she'll push the sport. Analysts, fans, and the league itself see her as the next evolution of women's basketball. A player who doesn't just meet expectations but rewrites them. Angel Reese? She's entering another season with the Chicago Sky, still struggling to turn self-made hype into consistent greatness. There's a chasm between potential and proof, and right now, Reese is on the wrong side of it. Impact versus noise. Clark's influence is already historic. She's driving WNBA viewership, smashing attendance records, and proving one superstar can lift an entire league. Fans don't just watch her, they expect brilliance. Every game is a masterclass in leadership, court vision, and clutch play. Reese generates attention too, but let's be honest, it's rarely about her game. Off-court drama, viral sound bites, and manufactured rivalries keep her in the conversation, not dominance on the floor. If she wants to be remembered as more than a provocateur, the path is clear. Stop chasing the spotlight and start commanding it with your play, because in the end, legacies aren't built on buzz. They are built on buckets.
What's your, how do you define leadership? How do you define your style of leadership? And how do you feel like that impacts your team?
I think I'm just very competitive and I have a winner mentality. Being able to go and practice and want to win every drill, want to do everything at perfection. I'm kind of perfectionist, so I want to do everything at a high level and not really take any time off, because you don't get these opportunities. Like she said, there's not many spots on the team. There's not many places to...
Let's be blunt. Angel Reese's dream of surpassing Caitlin Clark isn't just a long shot. It's a fantasy. Clark hasn't just raised the bar. She's launched it into orbit. Reese? She's still searching for a ladder. Clark is the total package, a generational scorer, elite playmaker, and proven leader. Reese? She's a work in progress with glaring weaknesses. Potential doesn't win championships, production does. And so far, Reese's inconsistency keeps her stuck in the what-if phase while Clark rewrites record books. Ambition means nothing without the game to match. Reese can talk all she wants, but until she closes the gap where it matters, on the court, she's just background noise to Clark's legacy. The difference? Clark lets her game speak. Reese just keeps yelling over it.